Hey guys, it's Critical Fish and I'm back with another video today discussing what games I'm going to be playing when the PS5 Pro comes out in just 2 weeks. Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick. The PS5 Pro, if you didn't know, is a very minor leap in terms of the upgrades that it's offering. The overall goal of the system is to make most games 4K 60 FPS and just be kind of a mid-gen refresh before the PS6. So I'm getting it day one. I'm selling a couple things to buy it because I think the $699 price tag is pretty high, as well as getting the $80 disc drive that is sold separately kind of blows. So not a big fan of that, but I'm gonna get it regardless. I think the white and the black color scheme still looks cool, and I use my PS5 almost daily, whether it is for gaming or entertainment or just background noise. I love it, so I think it's worth the upgrade. And I'm already thinking down the road when the PS6 comes out, I'm probably going to trade in my PS5 Pro towards the PS6. So I'll just keep my original PS5 and eventually get the PS6 if my PS5 doesn't break. But anyways, let's go over the games I'm playing day one. I've got Silent Hill 2 up there. So this is a game that just came out. I was pretty skeptical of it. I really was not excited for it. The trailers didn't do it justice, and the team in charge of making the game hasn't had a strong history. If you didn't know, Bloober Team is the team working on it, and they developed games similar, right? Similar survival horror games, but they didn't get great reviews, so wasn't super excited about this, but it came out to critical acclaim, like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10s, like everywhere. And even the original director for the original project came out and he said that it beats the original and that he's a huge fan of it. So that's a crazy statement. And if you're hearing it from the director himself, I mean, might as well give it a shot. So I'm going to play that in 4K 60 FPS. Hopefully it's a good time. Now there's 2 other blacked out games. I'm going to reveal them right now. You can already see them. And I'll explain why these are here. So we've got Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, and the Lies of P DLC. Now before the Pro was even announced, I knew these games were coming out. I also assumed they were going to be releasing this year. And these games were also crucial for me wanting the PS5 Pro on day one. However, they've both been delayed, which sucks, but let them cook. And hopefully I'll play these, early next year. So these are 2 other games that I'm anticipating for early next year. Now, in terms of returning to games, a lot of older games that I've released in the past 4 years are getting upgrades for the PS5 Pro, which is great. And as you can see, the first one here is actually my personal game of the year. This was a game that suffered at launch from pretty much just hardware performance issues. The PS5 was not capable of running this game in a great way. There were 2 options for it, performance mode and quality mode, and both of them honestly sucked at launch. It got a lot of criticism, and a lot of people waited to see what this game was going to look like on the Pro to play it. I played the whole game. That didn't stop me, obviously, but I'm probably going to do a full replay of Rebirth at 4K 60 FPS. It looks glorious. So that's definitely one of the games I'm going to platinum and just have a fun time checking out again. Now the next one I've got here is God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. And I'm going to try to get one more trophy that I didn't get in the Valhalla DLC. I think it's to just, fight the extra tough final boss. So I'm going to go back and play that for about an hour or two, hopefully unlock that trophy pretty quick, but I don't think there's going to be like substantial changes to the graphics or the performance, so it'll just be a nice little quick revisit. Next one on here is Resident Evil 4. This is the remake, and I played this at launch in March of 2023. My only excuse to go back to the game was the DLC that released for it, Separate Ways. And now here's another excuse to go back to it. I guess it got some upgrades, and now is a good time to go back and try to get the platinum for that. So that's one I definitely want to check out. Here's a funny one, Returnal. We actually don't know as of recording this video if this game is getting a Pro enhancement. It's one of the few first-party games that hasn't got a confirmed upgrade for the Pro, which sucks because this is one that needs it. If this game could run at 4K, have, internal resolutions bumped up, and also run at a stable 60 FPS, that would be a game changer for this type of game. So I really hope the small team over at Housemarque is able to push out a PS5 Pro update. I would also try to get the platinum for that, to be clear. And I think regardless, the AI upscaling technology hopefully does some type of upgrade compared to the base PS5. We'll see. Next one up here is Lies of P. Now this one has a black dot because I actually deviated and I went back to Lies of P just a week ago to get the platinum for it. And this was because I was going to be playing the Lies of P DLC around this time of year, but that didn't come out. So I just went back, and in the meantime, I played the base game again and got the platinum for it. But I will be returning to the DLC and getting the DLC trophies when that drops next year. Next up is Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and this was the sequel to Fallen Order. This came out in 2023, like I think March or April, and I've done most of the content in this game, so I would go back for the trophies, but I'm definitely also going back because of the performance upgrades. This game was shaky at launch on the PS5, whether it was frame rate issues or just how the game looked, like some things would pop in the distance, or, it just looked a little unfinished at times. And I'm glad to know that they've gone ahead and made a Pro enhancement for this game, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Next one up, these I'm not getting any more trophies for or playing any extra content for. I'm just going to be going back and checking out the upgrades, to be clear. So, Resident Evil Village, it's a game I love. I've gotten the Platinum Trophy. I've played the base game like 3 times. It's an awesome, just fun game to play, and it's getting some enhancements. I don't really know what, to be honest, but it's a good excuse to go check out the game again. So that's one of the games I'm checking out. And then we got Gran Turismo 7. Now, I haven't gone all out on this game, and I really have only scratched the surface with it, but I'd like to try it out again. I've played it on the VR2, but I personally don't own a VR2. I'm more or less just curious to see what certain cars look like, what certain tracks look like with the different weather and stuff. So I'll go back to check out the upgrades for that for sure. And then here's another weird case, kind of like Returnal. Cyberpunk 2077. So this game has a full-on PS5 version. It got DLC released pretty recently, I believe, and it is a game that I own and want to play and continue playing, but I'm not sure if I will if this doesn't get PS5 Pro upgrade. I don't have like a huge incentive to go back to this game, and it's not even on my 2025 video game goals document for next year. So I hope they make an update, and then I would consider picking it back up again, but as of right now, I'm not sure. I might just check it out briefly. And then I'm going to unhighlight the next two here. They are both Horizon. The first one being Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. So I actually am going to play Burning Shores for the first time. So this is something I'm going to be checking out for the content, not just looking at it. And yeah, I hope, you know, that's a fun experience. I kind of have spoiled the big boss fight for myself, but I'll check it out, you know. And then Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered. Maybe I won't buy that right away. I think it's only a $10 upgrade, but I don't really have like a big incentive to go back to that unless Burning Shores is like a really awesome experience, and then I want to just go right back into Zero Dawn. So I'll check those out at some point for sure. And then the last one here, Final Fantasy 16. I know I was kind of ragging on the game in my last video for games that I played in 2023. I have some fair criticisms of it, but I do not hate the game. I think some elements of it were cool, like the music and the boss fights, and you know, just the overall design of the game was interesting. If this gets a PS5 Pro upgrade, I'm pretty sure it is, but I actually didn't double check that one. If it is, I'll go back and maybe, you know, clean up and do some side quests for it. So it'll be interesting to see that. But yeah, I only have one truly new game that I have to try on November 7th, and I will have to patiently wait for some better examples of, you know, just utilizing the PS5 Pro in the best way. But that's fine. I've got other games lined up on the Switch and other games that I plan to play that will hopefully release in 2025. So going forward, I'm pretty excited to be using the PS5 Pro. Keep an eye out for an unboxing video. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a YouTube short or a full-on video yet, but I will do something just to remind you guys that I'm getting it on the first day. So with that being said, I hope you guys stay tuned for my future videos. Make sure you give this video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And yeah, I'm interested to hear what your thoughts on the PS5 Pro in general. If you're not buying it, I totally understand, but just tune into my channel to see some content on it in the future. So have a good day, guys.